gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and...
So let me ask you this. What do you think really separates Android tablets from iPads? Is it the software, the build, or maybe the display? Now imagine an Oppo tablet that actually outperforms an iPad in several ways. Sounds intriguing, right? When we think about tablets, we usually picture something big, paired with a keyboard, built for productivity with a massive screen. But honestly, wouldn't it be nicer to have something smaller, softer, and more comfortable to use? That's exactly where the tiny Oppo Pad Mini comes in.
A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
This has to be one of the most visually striking Android tablets I've seen this year. The bezels are impressively slim, and those large rounded corners give it a really polished premium look. The design feels thoughtfully crafted too. The metal back and frame flow together seamlessly, making it feel smooth and solid in hand. And because it's thinner and lighter, holding it for long periods is actually enjoyable. And then there's the battery and fast charging. Seriously, how did they even manage this? It's genuinely surprising. The speakers also stand out right away. You can immediately hear the difference when you play something. Now, this is an 8.8-inch OLED display, and despite being called a mini, it's incredibly practical. When I first saw it in the studio, a colleague casually slipped it into his pocket right in front of me. I couldn't believe it. Just think about how convenient that is, carrying a tablet without needing a bag and pulling it out anytime you want. That's such a cool experience. I've always been a fan of soft light displays. That paper-like texture is just so easy on the eyes. On this smaller screen, it feels like a compact version of that experience. And this time, they've added even more of that liquid glass effect. For example, when you're playing music, the lyrics glow subtly as they scroll, which looks really impressive. Maybe a little flashy, but still cool. This version also introduces a pastel display mode that gives off a soft, flowing vibe, almost like a color e-ink screen. It's not just for show either, it's actually great for reading. Honestly, who says apps like Xiaoben Shu aren't basically digital books now? Let's talk about the accessories too, because Oppo has introduced the new Pencil 3 Pro Stylus. Right away, the feel stands out. It's incredibly smooth. The buttons on the pen are some of the softest I've ever used. Compared to typical styluses, using this feels like the difference between writing directly on a surface versus writing on multiple sheets of A4 paper. And if you're concerned about wear and tear, don't worry, they've included a replacement tip in the box. The haptic feedback on this generation is seriously next level. When you use the ballpoint pen mode, it genuinely feels like you're rolling a tiny ball across the surface. Switch to a different pen type and you get that smooth glide of ink on paper. These subtle differences make the whole experience feel incredibly immersive. Oppo is clearly confident in their hardware too, because the stylus can trigger features like a physical control. You can use it to activate AI tools, scroll through options, and more. I really enjoy this part. Whether it's saving images, creating memes, or creating charts, everything feels quick and intuitive. The AI chart feature is especially flexible. You just press and hold, circle what you want, tap again, and it creates a chart for you. You can even let it process in the background while you keep browsing. And when it's done, the result actually looks pretty solid. The stylus also supports search functionality, complete with sound feedback. If you're someone who likes to casually browse or look things up while relaxing on the couch, this becomes surprisingly useful. Because of its compact size, it's easy to carry around, but what really stands out is how well it connects with your phone. Oppo's ecosystem has come a long way. You don't even need to manually connect to a hotspot. If your phone is nearby, the tablet automatically gets internet access. It can even handle phone number verification for you. Messages, calls, clipboard content, photos, it all syncs seamlessly. Even notifications from apps appear when you're casting your screen. And here's something fun. My Oppo phone can sync messages with my iPhone. That means messages from my iPhone end up synced across my Oppo devices too. It's like everything is connected in one giant loop, ultimate syncing. And once you start exploring the system itself, you'll notice even more clever integrations that make the whole experience feel smarter and more connected.
Let's start with one of the coolest features, the Xiaoben Memory app. It syncs everything to the cloud, so anything you save on your phone is instantly available on your tablet too. For example, if you're watching a video on your phone, you can pick it up on your tablet exactly where you left off. Just tap it and it jumps straight to the same timestamp. Inside the app, anything you mark as a favorite is automatically saved into Xiaoben Memory, making it accessible across both devices. It works a bit like cloud-based favorite syncing. Compared to apps like Xiaolo Book, where one account is limited to a single device, this feels much more flexible. That said, it would be even better if it supported more apps in the future. Now, because of its compact size, this tablet is perfect for gaming on the go. And for those wondering about performance, it's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. I tested it with Genshin Impact running at maximum settings for 30 minutes, and it held a steady 60 frames per second without breaking a sweat. Even the temperature stayed impressively low. Oppo has clearly optimized this tablet for gaming too. The touch response feels refined, and the display supports high frame rates while also enhancing visuals. The difference is noticeable right away. If gaming isn't your main focus, Oppo has also introduced another option, the Oppo Pad 5 Pro. This is more of a traditional flagship Android tablet. Everything we talked about earlier, including the smooth system features and the new Oppo Pencil 3 Pro, is fully supported here too. Design-wise, it's much larger than the previous Oppo Pad 5, and compared to the Oppo Pad Mini, it feels absolutely massive. For anyone who enjoys multimedia, the 13.2-inch display is a huge advantage, and it gets even better with its floating keyboard. You can snap it on whenever you need it, and with support for many Mac-style shortcuts, it starts to feel more like a laptop. For typing, editing, and productivity, a bigger screen definitely makes things easier. The interaction experience also improves with the larger display. For instance, you can swipe within an app to turn it into a floating window. Open multiple apps, then use a forefinger gesture to spread them into split screen mode. From there, you can adjust layouts, half screen, full screen, or different aspect ratios, however you like. Pinching with four fingers brings everything back to floating windows. It's smooth and intuitive. Even file management feels closer to a desktop experience. Frequently used folders can be dragged directly onto the taskbar or desktop for quick access. The taskbar itself is quite smart, showing recent apps, documents from your device, and even files from your phone. It can also display recently used split-screen combinations, which makes multitasking feel natural and efficient. With this generation, Oppo has essentially created a lineup that covers almost every need: 3 tablets, 3 screen sizes, and 3 different performance levels. The Oppo Pad Mini is designed to be ultra-portable, almost like carrying a phone. It's lightweight, slim, and offers a great viewing experience, making it a solid all-rounder with smooth performance and AI features. If you want something for reading, casual entertainment, and easy handling, this is the one to go for. On the other hand, if you're looking for top-tier performance, productivity, and a large screen experience for work or media, then the Oppo Pad 5 Pro makes much more sense. I also spent some time with the Oppo Pad 5 released last October, and its ColorOS 16 system felt very beginner-friendly and easy to get used to. It really feels like Android tablets are stepping up right now, offering more variety with each generation in terms of size, performance, and features. And honestly, it means you don't have to settle for iPadOS anymore. As for pricing, the base version of the Oppo Pad Mini starts at 36.99 yuan in China, which is roughly £402 in the UK and about $542 in the US. When you compare that to iPads in a similar price range, Android tablets often offer stronger hardware, and their software experience is improving rapidly. In some areas, they might even feel better to use. So, when you're choosing a tablet, what matters most to you? Performance, portability, or the overall experience? That's it for this video. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. It really helps a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!